If you're looking to buy or sell a home, you probably already know Wisconsin's housing market is in the midst of a very solid year. Both home sales and prices are up over this time last year. Sales in Wisconsin are up 2.4%, and the average home price is up 4.7% to a statewide median price of $155,000. Today on Upfront, we're looking at what's driving this stronger market, and we're talking now with Mike Ruzicka, who is president of the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors. Thanks again for being on the program today. Absolutely. So this is a statewide phenomenon. We're seeing good news in basically all parts of the state.
Yeah, every market in the state, every urban market is doing extremely well. What's interesting is we are seeing a dichotomy between urban and rural markets. So in the Milwaukee area, the four-county area is pretty urbanized. Madison's doing well, La Crosse, Eau Claire, all around the state, Green Bay. But when you get into the more rural areas, you're seeing some discrepancy. There's more demand, not as many buyers, but overall the state is doing extremely well. We've really come out of the woods compared to where we have been over the last 10 years. 2013, at the end of 2013 is where we really saw a turnaround, where the market went from being dominated by distressed properties to normal move-ups, first-time buyers, and things like that.
Are we back to the halcyon days of 2006, 2007, before things really went south?
I'd say we're more like 2002 to 2004. 2006 is when we really started to see the market get too hot. You know, price appreciation was in the 10–20% range for some properties in some neighborhoods in the area. It was just too crazy, and it was really fueled by credit that was too easy to get. Today, credit is much tighter. It's not. Some people are arguing that it's too tight. Some worthy home buyers are not able to get credit, which is true in some cases, but generally the banks have come back a little bit. Lending institutions are opening up the lending gates a little bit. So we are seeing a lot more people able to purchase, but we're not anywhere near where we were in 2006 to 8 is when we really saw the ramp up that caused the recession.
Yeah, you said, in fact, that I think in a recent story that you know, it's running smoothly now. It's not overheated, and that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd like to see price appreciation and unit sales around 18,000 units in the Milwaukee area, and price appreciation in the low to single digits, you know, 3 to 5% to 7%, something just ahead of inflation. Inflation is almost nothing right now, maybe 1–1.5%. So anything above that, you know, just barely above inflation is good. And some people, you know, would like to go back to the early 2000s because appreciation was good. People looked at it as, you know, kind of like playing the stock market. But housing really shouldn't be a stock market type investment. It should be a secure investment, but not something you're going to see significant gains on.
There's a lot of talk about the Federal Reserve raising interest rates. What would that mean for the housing market?
Interest rates right now are ridiculously low. Historically, you know, 4% in that range. We've never seen anything like this in the last 50 years. Going back to, I think, to the Kennedy administration, I think they were in the 5% range. So if the Fed starts ratcheting up rates, which it looks like they will based on the economic data provided this week, it looks like they will, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It means that the Fed is looking in the future. They're saying, we think inflation is going to occur in the future, which means that it's going to send a message to the bond market that they need to increase interest rates, which will cause residential mortgage rates to go up.
So briefly, if I'm a buyer or a seller, what's the takeaway, knowing that that's probably just around the corner?
Yeah, it probably means that you should really, if you're thinking about buying a home, in the next 6 to 8 months, you should probably act on it. So by next June, July, you should probably purchase something. Now, interest rates will start ticking up during that time. And once the Fed starts increasing, they're not just going to increase a quarter point. They're going to go up a quarter point, and then at each subsequent meeting, go up a little bit. So it's not going to be a one and done. It's going to be probably 5 or 6 meetings that they'll increase rates.
Mike Ruzicka is the president of the Greater Milwaukee Association of Realtors. Good to have you on the program.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time today.
Absolutely.
Coming up next, the issue that could dominate Wisconsin's race for U.S. Senate.